Hello again. I'm coming into the village of Knockroghery in County Roscommon. It's on the road between Athlone and Roscommon town. And I'm here because one time when I was waiting for a train in Athlone station, I saw a board on the wall with lots of information about a museum in this village. And it's the museum, the like of which I never came across. So I decided I'd come and have a look. Let's start with Ethel.
I'm just getting myself set up here.
She's from nearby Athlone.
Oh, I've done many things over the years. Like I started off, I went to college to study science, but I hated it. And I've kind of done like a lot of things over the years.
What was wrong with the science?
I loved the biology part of it, but I hated like physics and chemistry.
How long did you do it?
Just a couple of years.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh. And then having left college, what did you decide you'd...
I did nursing for a year or so, and then fell in love and ran off from the nurse's home with my now husband. And then I joined an airline for a few years. I went abroad. I saw the world for very cheaply.
Great.
And then when I came back from there, we ended up going to America, myself and my husband, for 5 years.
Then they came back here and bought in Knockroghery. They discovered that the house they had bought had previously been a factory for clay pipes.
And I just was really interested, and I said, well, maybe if I'm interested, other people would be. So I set up a little pipe museum to begin with.
Clay pipes, popular in Ireland up until the early 1900s.
And then it was just a natural progression to start making them. I'd come across notes belonging to the last pipe maker, PJ Curley, but you know, even when you're reading it, it's not that clear until you actually do it, you know. And well, the pipes that I made, like when I started up, were awful when I look at them now, but of course I thought they were great, you know. Yeah. Something that you would say somebody's pipe was as short as their pay. And that meant that as your pipe broke, you would hang on to it. You didn't get a new one, so the shorter it got, meant the poorer you were. But a lot of older women actually favoured a half pipe, and that was like the true do gene, because as the shorter it was easier to hold when you had no teeth. So they were also called like jaw warmers and things like that. But one of the more interesting things is that they were used for wakes. When somebody passed away, the tradition was you would order a gross of clay pipes, and everybody that called to your house would get one. They would be laid out on a tray or a little basket inside the door of the house. And so everybody got one filled with tobacco. You'd sit around smoking it, but when you had finished with it, you said, Lord have mercy, as you broke it. So they say it was a tradition that freed the spirit of the person who had passed, and the breaking of it signified the passing from one life to the next.
Knockroghery had a clay pit nearby, and the village became one of the country's main producers of clay pipes.
And at one time, nearly the whole village was involved in the production of pipes. You know, the pipe making dates back to about 1700. While
the date that the clay pipe industry began in Knockroghery is uncertain, the date it ended is well known.
June the 21st, 1921, the whole village pretty much was burnt to the ground by the blackened hands, and overnight the industry ended. There was no more pipe making after that.
Ethel doesn't just sell clay pipes. The latest product is tiny figures made from turf.
Like little bride and grooms or little men and women with children. So this is a gorgeous piece for a little family, and you have the mom and the dad and the little children. But our probably best sellers would be the little bride and groom, which is really cute.
And she also makes wishes.
There you go now.
There you are, the Clay Pipe Museum in Knockroghery, County Roscommon, and Ethel Kelly. And I recalled when I was in there that I was told my great-grandmother used to smoke a clay pipe or a Eugene, but it was in the 1940s and she smoked it behind a shawl because she's so embarrassed. Until the next time, see ya.